from it, but you got to let them go. You got to let them go because they make you feel confused. They make you feel uncertain, and you've been trying. It's not just out of the blue randomness, and you gotta listen to your feelings. Gotta listen to your feelings. Gotta listen to your feelings. You gotta listen to your feelings. You gotta listen to your feelings. Hey, what's up? How are you doing? Chin up for me a little bit. What's up? I don't know. You've been more silent lately, and you give short answers like, I'm good, and you walk away. And listen, if you're doing good, that's fine, but if there's anything, just know that you can talk to me about it. Oh, yeah. Relationship. That's a tricky one. You feel like you got to let them go, but your head is trying to convince you otherwise, and your heart is pulling you in different directions. Well, that's a challenging place to be at. Do you know when it started? It's hard to ignore the gut feeling that you're talking about. And it's hard to act on these changes because when you met them, you didn't feel that way. Things were different. And maybe you changed, maybe they changed, maybe you had more time to see who they are for what they are, or they had more time to see who you are for who you really are. And then you know what to do. Yeah, you know what to do. You got to let them go. Because it's putting you in a state of confusion. It's putting you in a state of sadness, and you rethink about everything you've said. You rethink about everything you've done. And it's putting you in this headspace of doubt and uncertainty. And it's not going to get better. I know. I know it sucks to say it like that, but the reason I say it's not gonna get better is just so you don't get your hopes up too much. 'Cause that's something that we do, you know, like, you know exactly what they would have to change to be perfect for you, or vice versa. And the reality is, gonna be that person. And you know what you want. And because you're not seeing it, you're building resentment, you're building a feeling of doubt, and you're kind of like dishonest with yourself too, to be honest. It's always about good intentions. I know, like, we have the best intentions. And we want to see, we want to wait. But if you remove the details from the situation, because I know your heart has been feeling heavy lately, look at the bigger picture of how you feel about them, how you feel around them, how you feel alone, and then you can compare if they're actually beneficial to you and vice versa. And when there's a feeling of almost removing yourself so that you don't feel anything, that's when you know your body is trying to bring you in a different direction, I think. Yeah, like all these feelings of doubt and fear, they're building up because there's something there. You're not crazy. It's gonna feel harder and harder, and this is what I'm saying. You know, some people will be there for you and they will make you feel like you were never a problem. You were never asking for too much. You were never too silent or not responsive enough. And this is why I say, like, the match matters. It's important that you give what you have to someone who can recognize the power and the vulnerability in what you have to offer. I mean, I don't know when you'll meet that person. I can't predict that for you. But I know that if you remain in that energy of forcing things and changing yourself for the sake of not feeling confusion instead of feeling happiness, feeling neutral, just like content, feeling peace, then that's when it gets tricky, because you're cultivating that energy, like you're building that up, and that's what you're living with. There's no space in your heart or in your head for the person who's going to make you feel easy, to make you feel like what you're asking for is actually not that much. It's like given in a relationship. Yeah, so you got to let them go. I mean, look at you. You've been miserable for weeks now. And I had no idea that it was because you were overthinking everything and keeping it in your head and trying to work on yourself to change, to be better, but it's not a one-way street. deserve to not feel like a burden. You deserve to feel like the way you love isn't perfect, but it's enough. It works. I know sometimes it's confusing because you don't know if you're making the right decision. And it's easy for me to say, follow your gut feeling and do these things, but it's a pretty hard decision to make and to follow, to give up on something like that. Don't be too hard on yourself, but sometimes you just need a little more space in your head to welcome the people and the opportunities that are going to actually feel organic to you and feel good. Yeah. I know there's this tendency of thinking, we've been together for so long, we've been together for X amount of time, and so why would I give up on that? But what's happening is in the present, and what you've built is in the past. And you have great memories with them. We're not saying that they're bad people or that you will never be able to experience that again. We're just saying what people leave in your life are amazing memories for you to keep and cherish and never give up on. Because that's what matters. Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's okay if you don't feel your best. You don't have to feel your best all the time. I mean, it's okay if you don't feel your best. You can't feel your best all the time. You just gotta be honest with yourself here and see how you feel for what it is. And if it's something that has been putting weight on your shoulders for a long time, the longer you ignore it, the longer it's gonna stay.